leather boots and a barroom grin. One more round, let the chaos begin. UK shouting, turn it up. Jaeger yelling, that's not enough. Smoking lights and a live cassette. Welcome to Reload and Reset. Oh, we ain't ever slowing down. Oh, we're gonna shake this whole damn town. Reload, everybody scream tonight. Reset, like the speakers dynamite. Hands up high, let the whole world sweat. We are Reload and Reset. Reload, turn the chaos all the way. Reset, we ain't sleeping anyway. Oh, Reload and Reset. Cheap beer queens and tactical sins, living like the 80s never ended again. Bad knees, but we still go hard like two drunk sergeants in a parking lot bar. Jaeger laughing with the 1,000-yard stare. UK screaming from a folding chair. Current events get verbally wrecked. Every episode's a train wreck. Oh, raise your glasses to the sky. Oh, we're too loud to ever die. Reload, everybody lose control. Reset, rock and roll overload. Turn it up and place your bets. Welcome to Reload and Reset. Reload, nothing left but neon lights. Reset and questionable life advice. Oh, Reload and Reset. Hey, UK. Hey, Jaeger. Bad jokes, fast lives, probably getting canceled tonight. No breaks, no regrets, just reload and reset. Reload. 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 Raise your fist and shout it loud. Reset. Wake the neighbors with the crowd. One more drink and one more bet. This is Reload and Reset. Reload. Turn the madness way past 10. Reset. Do it all again and again. Oh, Reload and Reset.
I might have started a little too early. I got too excited to get here with you guys, man. Welcome to R&R. I'm UKReject.
And I'm Jaeger.
And this is Reload and Reset. Well, we got a special birthday this day. Shout out to Caitlin Jaeger.
Ah, yes, it is my wife's. She is, what did she say she was? 21 with 17 years experience, I think it was.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Like that.
21 going on 15.
Yeah. God, I hope not.
Well, how are you guys doing today? Welcome in. This is episode number 2. So
we're very excited about this one.
yeah,
And I'll tell her, Sam. I'll tell her.
make sure you guys drop comments on the Spotify or the YouTube link when we post it. Wish her a birthday. She get to see it and she'll feel special. Give you the little, the feelers. All right. So, hey Jaeger, do you remember when you were in boot camp and you got all your CIF equipment and they gave you old school Well, let's start off from the top, right? So you got really cool boots, you got really cool uniforms, nice ass hat that you had to wear everywhere. And then
Where did you go? I
I
got
think
screwed, dude.
I'm being sarcastic, but anyway, so they give you all this like new updated stuff, and then you get a flak jacket.
Oh my god, dude.
Do you remember
Oh,
how cheap the fucking gear was?
yeah, dude. Even like the LBV, like, oh Jesus Christ. That honestly, it's making my back hurt just thinking about that fucking Molly rug.
Yeah,
You remember
dude.
that shit?
That metal frame digging into your
Yeah,
fucking
dude.
kidneys.
That high
Oh,
speed shit. Oh, side note to any vet that's like, or even like active service member, take photos of your shit if it ever breaks.
oh yeah.
That will help you so much with your VA benefits. I'm not even playing, dude.
Yeah.
Not even playing.
But so I mean, like all this outdated equipment, civilians think that military grade means top notch. But us that served in the military, we know military grade means the cheapest possible product for the cheapest possible price.
Exactly, dude. It's like
Like,
those Pelican cases and stuff you see like people have with their cell phones.
yes,
It's
yes.
like, oh, it's military rated. Oh, so it doesn't work then. That's what you're
So it'll
saying.
fucking break.
It takes 4 people to operate it. Got it.
Yeah, I mean, but you know, you got all this like cool stuff, and then you get like this super outdated crap. Like
Yeah.
they give you this military grade duct tape, which you call 100-mile-an-hour tape. That motherfucker wouldn't go 1 mile.
Yeah.
That tape don't
Yeah.
stick to shit. All it does is leave sticky residue behind, and it flakes off within a week.
Yeah. If that. I mean, if you ever have if you're ever like going out to the field with it, it's not even gonna last a week. It'll
Yeah.
last maybe 3 days.
Yeah. God forbid you
Maybe.
have to tape something up that's gonna be needed.
Yeah, exactly, dude. I'd always bring my own duct tape, and just like actual like duct tape brand that they had
Yes.
to be like camouflaged, just
Yeah.
like tie my cords and shit. Um, and then I'd have to use like 550 cord in the background too. You know what I mean? Like tighten it kind of like a tourniquet.
I'm gonna tell you the best military grade things out there is the freaking 550 cord. Like there's nothing
That shit
better
was
than
awesome.
550 cord. That
Yeah,
motherfucker is fucking rugged.
it really is. Do you remember like did you ever like make like the little survival bracelets too where you would like
Oh
wear
yeah,
them?
yeah. We had
So like
exactly a certain amount. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So I would
Mhm.
use I actually used that and transposed it into like the civilian life after having daughters who want to have braided
Mhm.
hair.
Yep.
You know what
Dude,
I mean? Like, that's
I
really the
I
only thing
made
the
a
military.
freaking I made a freaking tent out of 550 cord and a poncho in the
Yeah.
middle of a fucking storm, and that tent stayed exactly where it was, and I stayed perfectly dry. I slept in a fucking military tent one night, and it was fucking raining inside.
Yeah,
All the
dude, like,
humidity
dry
just sticking to the top of the fucking tent.
yeah, you see, like, the walls sweating.
I woke up, the first thing I thought about was, did I just piss myself?
I legit remember waking up one time and just saying out loud, like, "This can't be my life," while we're out there, like, we were in the guard too, you know what I mean? Like, so it was just, like, the 2-week summer camp thing, I think it was, like, day 10 or something like that,
Summer camp.
and I just
Yeah.
woke up, it was fucking, like, raining like crazy, dude, like, we actually had to send dudes back, and since I was the NCOIC for my track, I had to stay with the track. Like, there were,
Send
like, tornadoes and
dudes.
shit. Yeah, dude, there's, like, tornadoes and shit going off, you know? I don't think any got anywhere near us, but honestly, like, I just took it as, like, an opportunity to, like, take it's kinda like a commander's day, you know what I mean? Like, we can't do shit anyway today. Can't shoot
Yeah.
rounds or nothing like
Yeah.
that, you know? But yeah, I mean, like, they're what I find interesting though, like, because like military movies, for example, right? Like, they're never right. A lot of people, like my wife
Mm.
especially, will ask, like, "Is that how the uniform's supposed to look?" They'd be like in the ACUs,
Because he's
you
got his
know?
fucking collar up looking like a
Right.
vampire. I'm going
Yeah,
out
like
to Dracula in
yeah, like
ACU.
going to the range. She's just like, well, why would you have that there? I was like, well, it does stop from like rounds like flying into your top, which sucks if it's ever happened to anyone. But
Yeah.
you would know.
Fucking fun times. Had a
But
scar on my
yeah,
fucking chest for a long ass time. I burnt my
from that,
fucking titty off.
yeah. I did it with a fucking 50 cal one time, man.
Oh boy.
And one of those fell, yeah, dude. And I was just kind of like, how, like, you know how they're set up, like seeing how it happened. I was just like, how did that, like, they always like naturally like fly off. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
so how the fuck, like, it was meant to land in there. I never again went to the range without putting that shit up though. I
Yeah.
learned my lesson, bro.
But I mean, like, and then I don't know about you too. Like when I got my service rifle, this motherfucking rifle looked like it went through 6 wars already before I got it. And I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? It's barely got any bluing left on it at all. It's 20% silver.
Yeah, yeah.
80% black. Like, what
Was
the
that
hell?
your was that your service rifle though while you were in basic or after you got to your unit?
No, in my unit.
Oh, really? Oh
Yeah.
shit. Well, I mean, but you were armorer, weren't you?
Don't say that, because that's a touchy topic with people in my MOS. Armor is sitting in an arms room all day. Don't do fucking shit besides keep accountability of everything in the arms room. I was
Yeah,
a small arms artillery repairman. I got to
yeah.
pimp
Oh, so you
out
got to
my
fuck around with the
ride.
mortars and shit.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
got to pimp out my ride. I had an ACOG on it. Had a foregrip. About the only person who had one. It was
yeah,
officers asking me how I got it. I was like, well, you just gotta know people.
yeah, yeah. Be cool to supply, bro. That's how you get that shit. Like that, to be honest. Like that's how I got Snickers bars and all kinds of shit when I was overseas.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
I
dude.
mean, them
Yeah.
and what was that? Man, that tea is like Golden Peak or something like that. I think was the. I
Oh
was
yeah,
it's
yeah,
because I got in good with the supply guys, dude. Like
yeah.
that's all it was.
I'm not gonna lie,
100%.
dude. You remember those freaking Coca-Colas with coffee in them? I can't remember
Oh
what they
yeah.
called them. And then the Hua bars, like those things are really fucking good too. But
Like
I got
Ranger
given a
bars.
yeah, I got given a whole case of those coffee Coca-Cola things. Man, I drank them for a whole week straight, and
I was
fucking
gonna say,
nothing but anxiety. You
yeah,
think
yeah,
Monster's good? It isn't. It doesn't do jack shit.
yeah. Well, I mean, like, but so like going back to the weapon, like one of the things that I wanted to talk about on this particular topic is like, is newer always better, right? Because like you had like when we were in, we had the 240 Bravo, and then
Mhm.
shortly after I got out, or actually no, I think it was in like that little duration where I had that 3 or 4 years out, but I was still active until like until April of 22.
Mhm.
But they had gotten the 240 Lima. Now I never got to play with the Lima at all, but like I've heard nothing but complaints about the Lima and like the 240 Bravo, man, that thing worked like a
Yeah.
motherfucker. Never had
Well
no problems.
well, so
249,
when you so let's compare it, right? So like the 249 and the 240 Bravo. The 249 is 5.56 or
yeah,
civilian 223, whatever you want to call it. Um,
yeah,
it would work semi decent with a belt, would not work at all with a magazine, which is the only
no,
thing that made that gun unique is the fact that if you got into a situation where you ran out of ammo, you could use in a magazine in an emergency. It doesn't fucking work. The
yeah, but it doesn't
240,
work.
but the 240 Bravo, that bitch is that thing is not easy to break or get to jam or anything. That thing is unstoppable.
Yeah, yeah. When I went through the school for it, man, I think I jammed it one time, I think, out of
Mhm.
all the fucking time. I mean, we had to do that shit where like, you're blindfolded and you have to like take it apart and put it back together, like field strip it, I mean, and put it back together and shit blindfolded,
Mhm.
and you're trying to do it in under 60 seconds and all that jazz. I mean, that thing, man, there's a reason why I always loved it, dude. Like it was just a solid platform, you know what I mean? And
I
like you were
know.
saying to your 249, like beautiful idea with a magazine if it worked.
Yeah.
you know?
I mean, you could get like 1 or 2 rounds off before it would fuck up, but it was
Yeah,
going
then you gotta
to.
go perform sports and shit on it.
Yeah, that's like a corrective action, guys. But
Yeah.
at the same time, like the why replace something that's really good with something that hasn't really been tested? But that just boils down to the end of the day is like military contracts getting the cheapest product possible. So military grade isn't good. It means the
Yeah.
cheapest possible.
Well, if you could own one military vehicle, what would it be?
Which is there a good one?
I
um,
didn't say there was a good one. I just said if you could
I
own
will
one.
I will say out of all of the ones I ever had, I would probably take the LMTV. The
Yeah.
Humvee always fucking broke down. I seem to only ever have issues with LMTV with batteries and fucking air circulation because they got
Yeah.
3 giant air tanks on the side of them. If you didn't know, and in the summer, those things are fucking amazing. You untwist your freaking wristband on your uniform, shove the air hose down your freaking arm. Oh, in the
Yeah.
summer, godsend until it spits out little icicle shrapnel. Then it's not so much fun.
No, no, it's not.
Well,
No.
which one would you own?
Probably the LMTV as well,
Yeah,
honestly. I
okay.
mean, I like it for like a plethora of reasons, but you could even utilize it as like a recovery vehicle, not like the Hemmet or anything like that.
Mm,
But I mean, you could still use it as like a recovery. Like I've seen people pull Humvees, like up armored Humvees out with an LMTV. So in
well,
my mind, in like a zombie apocalypse, for example,
oh
how
yeah.
much I love those, an LMTV would be king,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, and the thing is too with the LMTV, a lot of people don't know this because they only see like the soft shell one, the troop carrier. That thing
Yeah,
is actually super modular. The
yeah,
back of the LMTV can be converted into a shop you can have a mobile shop on the back, which I had on mine, and that would
We
be called
used it
like
as a mobile dock.
1097. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, see, there you go. You can use it as a command center.
yeah,
You can use it as a troop carrier. You can use it as a flatbed. It's a super modular vehicle, really. I mean, when you think about like the Humvee, yeah, you can remove doors. That's about as modular as it gets with the Humvee.
yeah.
Then you got the civilian Sterlings that are essentially just semi trucks, and they're all automatic because people in the military can't be trusted to drive manuals because none of them can fucking drive. That's a different
No.
topic, though.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I was just curious. What do you think? Like one piece of equipment that like civilians just they think is amazing, but it actually isn't.
You know, I'm gonna go. I'm biased, so I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say probably the AR-15.
Oh,
And the only reason
100%.
I say that is because everyone has it in their head that this is such a deadly weapon. And it's super, super accurate, and it can spit out a ton of rounds. Oh, I'm gonna tell you right now, my first issued weapon in the military was the M16A1, which was the full auto. You can't hit fucking shit. The first round is gonna hit where you hit. Everything else going everywhere. The full auto is garbage on that thing. 3-round burst, pretty good. Semi is definitely the best way to go.
Always switch it to Sam. Even like even on later models, dude, like the Alpha 2, Alpha 3, like I would just
Mhm.
always switch it, which those both had bursts, they didn't have full auto, but
Yeah.
switching it to the semi versus the burst, like you were just so much more accurate.
Oh
And there's
yeah,
not
dude.
really a lot of situations that you're going to use a long barreled rifle like the M16 in like close quarters. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So
The thing is with the burst, if I put it on someone's face, the first round will probably go right here, second one probably up here, third one probably up here. And that's just how the gun's designed. So and
yeah,
and the thing that really irritates the shit out of me too is the fact that the AR is people misconcept it as it meaning assault rifle. It stands for
right.
armor light rifle, which
Armor
is the
light. Mhm.
first company that ever made that design. There's an
Right.
AR-7, which is a survival 22. It's not an assault rifle 22. It's fucking not. But the gun is not designed to be a killing gun, and that's another thing that really irritates the crap out of me because the gun itself, the reason why the military uses it is because by Geneva Convention standards, is we have to use less than lethal force. So there's a
Yeah.
chance that if you shoot someone with an M16, that you're not going to kill him, and you can essentially apply aid to him, and then help him back. So essentially, it's just to disarm. It's like a pepper ball, but it's a little bit more lethal.
That's why they brought it into like Vietnam too, if I'm not mistaken anyway. That's why they switched over to it in Vietnam was so
Yeah.
that they could because they learned that the VC were actually going and collecting their their dead or wounded, you
Hmm.
know, um, and then like hook them on hooks and everything like that, which gets into a crazy fucked up story or something like I get into right now. Um, but man, some of the stuff that we did it in, not cool, bro.
Yeah, but the gun was never designed to kill.
Right.
And so like nowadays when you see all this shit on the news and they're trying to ban all the AR-15s and stuff,
Mhm.
it's dumb because a shotgun is way more deadlier than a freaking AR-15. I would take a shotgun over an M16 when it comes to
Also,
one-on-one
like
fight.
the most like underappreciated firearm on the planet, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Like that thing is just so versatile, dude. It's not even funny, man. Like you
according to
get like an
some people, a
8
9 mil might blow your lung out. A shotgun definitely fucking will.
it will blow your life. There's no questions asked, man. But what okay, so what would you say is like one thing, like military equipment or even like something a soldier might go get from the PX that they just secretly loved?
What do you got an example?
Well, like, like how you always hear like people say like, "Oh, you can always find these 4 items on a soldier," right? Like that's usually like a lighter, and nowadays like a charger for your cell phone or something like that.
Mhm.
Some form of tobacco and probably some form of energy. Like it's usually
Well,
what you find.
let me tell you what I had in my pockets at all times. I had a notebook, a Levi
Mhm.
Garrett tobacco, a pack of Newports, and a Zippo lighter. Like I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure 80 to 90% of troops had fucking lighters in their pockets.
Oh, for sure, dude. I mean, even if you weren't a smoker, it was just one of those things that was just useful to have around.
Yeah. Well, even people who didn't smoke, like you get the little fucking fuzzies on your little Velcro patches. You can take that fucking lighter and clean it up real good, and makes it look
Yeah.
professional again.
The flyaways, as they were so humbly called.
Yeah. Yeah.
just, just a little bit, just a little bit. It's all it took. But you got to be careful too, because you don't want it to like turn brown or black. Remember?
Oh
So like
yeah,
quick
yeah.
flick, like you try to get like a spark on it.
Well,
I don't know, that
that
was
too. When they switch the fucking uniforms, this is still going on with equipment, by the way. The uniforms that we had, all the fucking pockets were Velcro. Have you ever tried to open Velcro silently? It doesn't fucking work.
it
And then
doesn't work.
after like 10 uses, it doesn't stick anymore either. So now you got a fucking flap on your pocket that you have to use a
Yep.
lighter to try and scorch it so it stick a little bit better. But once
It
you get to
almost
that
never
point, you need to just replace it. I never did though because I didn't want to buy more fucking uniforms. I'm gonna tell you
Yeah.
right now too. Like you guys think all the uniforms in the military are free? Nope.
No, you
We
pay for
buy
that shit.
that shit, and
Mhm.
it's about $140 for a top and a bottoms, and that's not including the socks that you have to wear, the
Mhm.
underwear you're supposed to wear, and the
Yeah.
t-shirts that you have to wear. So,
Yeah.
and then the fucking hat that you sweat on all fucking day. I had like
Yep.
12 fucking hats.
Yeah. I think I still have like 3 or 4 of the ACU laying around. I think I have some of the OCP laying around or something like
I
that.
think I have
You know?
one somewhere.
Yeah. I still got it, man. It's all Ranger rolled and shit. I'd always piss off like first sergeants every time they'd see my fucking hat
Yeah,
because
you
I'd
look
roll it
like
like
a
a ball cap,
yeah, you look like a fucking chef, man.
I didn't give a fuck, dude.
I
What are they
thought
gonna do?
that sh
Send me home? I was like the worst soldier to take overseas, by the way, bro. Like that was my mentality. What are you gonna do? What do you get? Like you're gonna give me an Article 15? I can't go fucking like to an ATM or a fucking strip club or nothing. So
yeah.
okay, like do it, bro.
The strip clubs over there aren't the same as they are over here. There's a lot more bah humbug over there.
For sure, dude. For sure.
Oh man. So building communities.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, for me, like the reason like I was interested in this topic so much is because it seems like nowadays, oddly enough, it seems like it's more harder now than ever to find like your people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, so, and I know we talked about it like a little bit and stuff on the last week's episode, but like with the third places and stuff disappearing and whatnot.
What do you mean
And by
your
that I just mean
people?
like the no, I mean like your people, like the people that just click with you know, like me and you, like we ran into each other in a fucking war zone lobby, dude.
Mm,
You know,
mm.
um, but like back in the day, we would have like ran into each other somewhere else. You know what I mean? Like at being at the mall or whatever to go watch the same movie because we had like a long weekend or some shit.
Yeah,
You know,
16
we would have happened
candles.
somewhere else.
16
Yeah,
candles.
100%. 16 Candles, Breakfast Club. But like 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 those hangout spaces don't exist anymore. So you
Mm.
find like people more and more online, right? Who like the UK Nation, for example. Like like we had a Echo in here, Angie was in here, talking, for example. Those folks, like, we wouldn't have met them another way because of just like where we all live. You would have, Angie or whatever. But if I had never met you, I never would have met Angie,
Yeah.
and our first UK Nation baby.
Yeah. Well, I
Um,
mean, and you think about it too. Is just because you're military doesn't mean you only click with just military too. There's a
yeah,
lot of civilians that we have in our fucking clique. Actually, in reality, there's really not that many veterans. There's a few, but I'd say we click more with people who are civilians, as long as they can handle
yeah.
our trash talk and like fucking Echo can't build for shit in 7 days to die. There's a popular
For
video
anything.
that has like fucking 20K views on YouTube of Sammy trying to fucking build and he can't do it.
Fortnite 101 over here. But
Fortnite
that's what I mean though.
101.
Like I feel like we've seen like a weird death slash rebirth of community.
Mm,
Like, and I don't know if that stems from social media, the internet or whatnot, because like when you and I were growing up, like that wasn't a thing, like I think at most you had like MySpace, you know what I mean? That would be like a thing that people could talk to, but it was always like people in your little cliques, from school or whatever, you know, you
yeah.
wouldn't really like it wouldn't like translate into like meeting new people necessarily,
Well,
and if you did, it would always be local for the most part.
yeah. Well, back when we were growing up, like building a community really wasn't a thing. Like you had like one or two friends that you really liked, and you would play with them, and usually
Yeah,
there are always people who are local. Whereas nowadays, it's so easy to build a community online and have multiple people from all over the place. Like
right.
you got people in freaking New Hampshire, Oklahoma, California, and everywhere else all over the freaking country, and people all over the world too. Like it's so easy to
Yeah.
build a community nowadays versus back then.
Right. Yeah, and that's why I wanted to talk about it because, you also have I know you don't really mess around with like social media a whole lot, but I've been on over on Twitter or
I am
X,
so
sorry.
bad when it comes to fucking
Yeah.
social media, dude. Oh my god,
It is what it is,
I
man.
might be the video editor, but when it comes to social media, give me something
Yeah,
technical and I got it. Social media.
right.
How long did it take me to get Discord? Do you
Took a hot
remember
minute.
the beginning when I
That's
tried to use
yeah,
fucking Discord? Like, how do I do this? How do I join
I
a
don't know.
voice channel?
Yeah. Yeah, we're still how do I make a voice channel?
I still
Yeah,
still
we're
fucking
still
don't
figuring
know.
it out,
I just copy and paste what we already have.
yeah, yeah. But, like, even, like so, like, with my children, they're all 5, 8, and 11.
And they all know
Um,
Discord.
and yeah, like that, like, but for like me and you, that's like within this last decade. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm.
it's something that we're still trying to figure out. So I mean, to be honest, so like that's why we have people that help us out and hook us up. In the ways they do because we formed a community that can do that. You know what I mean? That can work together and figure things out. Which is why I think gaming communities is like kind of sort of becoming like the new like the rebirth that I mentioned because everybody now is like not everybody, but a majority of people nowadays, at least in the circles that I run, all of them seem to be forming relationships much like our own that that is similar to like those third places that I was talking about, like the
Mhm.
bars and the malls and the arcades and shit. But instead of it being like a physical location, we're all meeting over here in this Discord's voice channel or whatever to play that Mecha Chameleon or Among Us or Jackbox, I think it's what it's called, all
Yep.
that shit. And we're all getting there and we're sharing laughs and and sometimes it's not even that. Like sometimes we have people come in and they're just having a shit day. You know what I mean? And that's what it should be, where you have like some people, especially like in the streaming world, it'd be like, hey, don't come in here and kill my vibe, dude.
Oh,
By
shut
talking
up.
about how your day was. Well then why did you ask how am I doing? You know
This
what I mean?
motherfucker
Like and
just
you're
said the
sitting in
V
a
word.
platform. Yeah, I know you don't like the vibe word, but that's what they'll say though. Like,
The
don't come in here
vibe.
killing my chat's vibe, you know?
Yeah.
And so I mean, and that's what you should be trying to do, not necessarily killing a vibe per se, but like when you have a community, like you're there to strengthen one another. And some of
Oh
these
yeah.
individuals, like are also prior service, but some of them are not, who might be having like a real dark day that you potentially, as the guy who's just sitting there playing some fucking video game with some bald dude, could like change the entire outcome of that. Meaning like even the worst outcome, if you know what I'm saying. You know,
Yeah.
because
Well,
it's happened, in the online spaces.
yeah, I mean it's happened in ours too. Like if you're having a tough day and I'm streaming and you're in there, like honestly, like I would rather you say something than not say something.
Yeah.
So if you're struggling, like it's probably better to not air out your public info online, but if
Right.
that's when you have to do it, that's when you have to do it. Like you're always welcome to do it. Like if you're in my chat and you just need someone to fucking talk to, I'll make you laugh. I'll do my damnedest to make you laugh.
Yeah, we're gonna try to change that mood as much as we can. Try to help as much as we can. I mean, I'm not gonna like out nobody or anything like that, but we have one member in our community that on a regular basis has some trials and tribulations that he doesn't know how to really navigate. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And so it turns into like almost like anger, like self anger though, which is super
Mhm.
unhealthy. It's one thing to be like, I fucked that up, but it's another to be like, I am the reason why everything's fucking up. And that's more like where that individual has gone in the past. And we've had to talk to him, which we try to talk to everybody, but I mean, like, dude, like, there's a reason why I don't show or appear online, and it's just because my shit just blows up, and I don't,
Yeah.
I don't have like the mental or social bandwidth to fuck with all of that most of the time,
Yeah,
you know.
like oh man, I'm pretty good when it comes to like streaming and reading chats, but when it comes to like messaging me, I'm not that good.
Yeah, I
I'll
mean, like,
do
let's
my
say,
best.
how many times have you had to like direct text my cell phone because you couldn't get a hold of me on Discord?
Yeah, I'm like, hey motherfucker, did you leave your Discord open?
Yeah, it's almost always starts like that, and then like if hours have passed, he just realizes that I'm asleep.
Yeah.
Like so it is what it
And then
is.
I'm
But
sitting there like this motherfucker's sleeping.
yeah,
How dare he?
yeah, sorry, but I mean, like you also like the one of the questions that I was going to ask you specifically about this topic is, do you think that
Topless.
communities
Where's
are
your
built?
mind at?
Yeah, hey man, it's her birthday. I actually shaved my balls for the first time.
There was
That's
no
what's on my mind.
hair there anyway.
Yeah, but you know what? It was liberating. I gotta say, it was very scary. Like I've trimmed the bush to make the tree look bigger, but I've never gone downstairs on the boys. So it's terrifying.
Jesus
But do you think
Christ.
the community is built or do you think it's discovered? Because like
I
I
don't
think
think
that for me it's kind of like a mixture of both. Is why I'm asking you.
so. I mean, I think you can build a community around someone, but at the same time, I don't think a community is built. I think the foundation for the community is built, like centered around one thing or a group of people or a topic. But as far as like a community, I think it's discovered. Like tomorrow, we might meet the next fucking replacement for Echo, so we can get him out of our fucking lives.
Yeah.
I'm joking. I love you, Echo.
That's not
Um,
gonna happen.
yeah, no one's ever replacing that guy. He's our
No,
Blue Goblin. You go get your own.
get your fucking own.
but but yeah, like Sammy, like the first time I ever played with him, I think I was slightly inebriated, and ever since then it's just been like a thing, and he's always been there. Now I don't think I could play anything without having a little bit of Sammy in my life, you know?
Yeah, we're at least gonna invite him if he's available,
Yeah.
and that's just kinda how it goes. And I think you're right. I think the first time that we had done that was when we were doing that
Fuck you, laugh
essentially
my ass off. Oh,
drinking stream,
yeah. Oh yeah.
We were shooting some, I think it was Jack Daniels, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
No, you had Jack and I had Evan Williams. That's what
Yeah.
it was.
So
Yeah,
so here's the backstory, guys. I don't drink. I try not to drink very
hardly
often.
ever.
I have like a
Yeah,
Guinness every now and then, but it's like one
yeah,
Guinness, and it's just because I love the flavor, because it's a man's drink.
delicious.
Um,
Fuck.
nectar of the gods. Um, but I don't drink. I had a really shitty day at work, and I came home. One of the customers at work gave me a bottle of Jack Daniels for helping him out. I sell guns, by the way, so alcohol and guns mixes. But yeah, he brought me over a big fucking bottle of Jack Daniels, and we decided we were gonna sit there and play Ark. First time I ever met Echo, um, we were playing, and I was, I was getting a little turned up. I was like, "Hey, let's do another shot." And I think I said that every 5 minutes
Or so. Yeah,
or
something like
so.
that.
And then
Yeah.
there got to a point where I was sitting there, and I'm like, uh, uh, and I just like
Okay.
leaned up like a zombie, closed my stream, and then just went to the freaking bathroom and did God's work.
I remember that because I remember Abyss, which is UK's better half, by the way, if you guys didn't know. I remember Abyss more or less be like, "All right, I'm taking this bottle." And she took it from like, and so to be fair too, like where I come from, like drinking, like I mean, we can drink a lot where I come from. It's the best one. Like you want to party, even the statues get drunk where I come from. But he was doing shot for shot with me, which is a lot. Okay, like we probably had uh, maybe 25, 30 shots before she
Yeah.
finally was like, "That's enough." Like,
I think I drank. I think I drank like half a liter of Jack Daniels that day.
yeah, yeah, dude, it was a lot to say the least,
And she took
And
it
this was
away
all
from
before
me.
the health stuff,
I'm
by the
still
way. I
bitter
don't, I
about it.
don't, I don't drink like that anymore. Just like UK, I'll have like a Guinness every now and then, or I'll have some. We make mead here at my house, and I'll have some mead, or some of what I've changed to Uncle Jimmy's wine. Um, Shameless plug.
Yeah.
But
I don't really drink as much anymore as like back in the military. Like I don't drink to get drunk or drink to get a buzz. I just like to enjoy one or two here and there.
yeah,
So it's not like we get fucking hammered on a weekly basis. Like especially while I'm streaming, I don't really like to drink because
nah,
I'm pretty retarded as it is normally. And when I'm drinking, it's double.
it
It's
gets a
pretty
lot more
bad.
chaotic. Well, so
Yeah.
then my last question then for that topic is, do you think, and I think I already know the answer to this, but do you think that online friendships can become lifelong friendships?
I don't even think you need to meet someone to know in physical form. I don't think you need to meet someone physically to have a lifelong friendship with someone. Because me and you met for the first time, and it wasn't different. Like when we met, like I was laughing my ass off because I was like, "This motherfucker really is bald. He's whiter than I am."
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
so I mean, like, but it wasn't different when we met in person. It was just like, yeah, it's like another buddy that you just haven't seen in a long time. I wouldn't say it was any different. So like Echo, for example, like the motherfucker ain't going nowhere. He's stuck with me whether he likes it or not. I'm gonna keep talking shit on him, and I'm gonna keep irritating the crap out of him, make fun
Yeah,
of him. He's
yeah,
mine. You get your own.
of course, of
But
course.
yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, you're not going nowhere. Like, I don't think they're more important or any different than people who have met in real life.
I agree. I agree completely. 100%, maybe 1,000, at least
1,000.
999,
I say at least 69.
at least 69.
At least 69.
Yeah, and happy belated birthday to Keanu Reeves, by the way.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves is probably the best
Oh,
guy in
dude,
Hollywood.
he's got to be, man. That guy's. I've
Party
seen so many videos
time!
of that guy, dude.
Excellent!
But that
Oh,
actually,
man.
dude, thinking about that, like Keanu Reeves, I'm more like specifically like I don't for a lot of people, I guess they probably aren't gonna know this, but Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, right? You had a lot of different things that were kind of promised,
The
I guess
Grim
you could
Reaper?
say. From yeah, that should do that second one was hilarious, bro. I haven't seen the new one by the way, so don't spoil that shit for me. But I want to watch it. But
It's,
but so like for me, like watching movies, not just like that one, but like all like really any movies that talks about like the future and stuff, especially like set in like the 80s. There were like so many things that we were like promised for the future, right?
mm.
Like flying cars, moon bases, jetpacks, all that shit, robots doing chores, self-driving cars. I know that we have some of this, you know. But that was what I was gonna ask you. Like, why does 2026 feel like less futuristic than we imagined as kids?
Well, so, okay, I don't know if you remember, but when when we were kids, we had all these fucking movies about like flying cars, like Fifth Element, and
Mhm.
all those movies like that, right? When the year 2000 happened, I don't know if you remember, but it was
Oh
a
yeah.
huge ordeal. It was the turning of a century, right? Um,
Hmm.
nothing fucking
Y2K.
nothing fucking changed. Everyone was like, this is the century that we're gonna have all this cool shit. Now, I will say we do have self-driving cars, they're just not legal.
Right, and
Um,
AI assistants. We've done some like space exploration, or have we? Bum, bum, bum.
I'd
But
say I don't trust AI driving cars, but I might trust it more than some of the people on the road. So,
yeah, I would say probably the most of the people on the road from my experience, especially in Texas, dude. Y'all are fucking nuts in Texas. Just throwing that out there.
they
Like
got
Dallas,
nothing
bro.
on California, bro.
I honestly, I've never. I will. I drove through, but never like through like LA or anything like that. I was
S
driving through to go up to like Puget Sound area.
Mhm. So I drove in Missouri. Missouri is one of those states where like the highways aren't that busy. Occasionally you'll get stuck behind someone, but you've got like a mile to pass them.
Yeah,
So I used to live in Missouri and I drive around and fucking be like, yeah, this is calming and relaxing, right? No, you go to
yeah,
California, there was a switch that flicked in my head and I was like, drive like an asshole, cut everybody off.
yeah,
It's what you have to do in California. It's ridiculous.
yeah. I mean, they pretty much do the same thing in Dallas, man. It's wild. Somehow I ended up at a Starbucks one time when I was just trying to get on. I was on the interstate and
you got
somehow ended up.
you got
Uh,
forced into a Starbucks.
yeah, and then I
He-
like had to follow this like this one chick. I was like, hey, because she was on a crotch rocket. I was like, hey, how do I get back to the interstate? And she just signaled for me to follow her. Which was a
and
nice view, by the way.
Jaeger was forced to buy a freaking pumpkin spice latte.
Oh, fuck that. No, I think that every single time that someone's bought me like a Starbucks, like my sister-in-law, for example, will get Starbucks for Caitlin. She'll probably do that today since it's her birthday. She'll get me one sometimes too, and I'll straight up use that shit as creamer. Like it's not coffee, bro. There's coffee in it, but it's not coffee, dude. And I'll
Yeah.
fight anyone who disagrees.
Nah.
Okay.
I drink
It's
that
not
shit and
coffee.
I'm immediately running to the restroom afterwards. There's nothing good about that. A
Yeah,
good
exactly.
coffee will do the same thing, but give you more energy while you're doing it.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas a
Well,
Starbucks makes you go, oh, I shouldn't drink that shit.
yeah, yeah. You have to go to the bathroom like 18 more times than you normally do.
But what was you looking forward to in the future that we didn't get then?
Honestly, like for me, I think a lot of it be like medical breakthroughs, right? And the thing is that kind of irritates me about it is I don't think that they haven't happened. I think that they've just not been shared, and that's one of the things that annoys the crap out of me. I'm not trying to get into like a tinfoil hat, theory here, but I mean, it seems like that like the medical breakthroughs that should have happened that they've talked about for 30,
Mm.
40 fucking years would have happened by now. You know what I mean? And they
Yeah.
haven't. So that's like I guess that's like the one invention, if you will, that I'm like waiting on, per
Yeah.
se.
Yeah. I mean, so think about it like this, right? So COVID came out. It was a huge ordeal. It was killing tons of people. If you believe that crap, you believe whatever you want. But they came out with a vaccine during the pandemic.
Mhm.
When normally it takes fucking years and years to come up with a vaccine for something small, let alone something that's killing people across the world.
Yeah.
But COVID's a new thing. Like, let's say the dirty C word, right? That's been around for a long time. I'm talking about cancer, not cunts. But cancer has been around for so long, but yet there's no cure for it, no effective treatment for it.
Right.
I don't believe it.
Right.
I just believe there's not enough money into it, and chemo and all the stuff that is associated with cancer. There's just more
Yeah.
money to be made on that stuff than there is.
Than there is on finding a cure.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm at with that. Not necessarily like just cancer, but like just in general. You know what I mean? And there's like a lot of things too, like to the COVID thing, like that I've read about, and you remember my friend Jonathan,
Oh yeah.
Silent Coyote. He shared some stuff on it too because he's one of those guys that can like easily go down a rabbit hole and end up in some tinfoil hat areas. But he showed some stuff that was pretty kind of eye opening to me because I thought the same thing too, where it's just like, dude, like this is a new thing. But he's like, it is new, but it's part of the Corona family, and that's why they're able to do X, Y, Z with the vaccines.
Hmm.
And because of my job at the time, because I was considered an essential worker, I had to get like a fuck, I don't know which one it was. It's the one that had 2 shots. I had to get that
Oh
one,
yeah, the booster one. Yeah.
and I think it was Pfizer, I think.
Yeah.
Um, and I had to get that one. Felt terrible, and just as a side note, just throwing this out here, almost everybody that was like roughly my age, like in their 30s, I'll say, that was at the VA with like the same problems that I was presenting, they were presenting, and they all had the same shot. So, I mean, you know, um, I think that like I think for me personally, the reason why I was so looking forward to medical breakthroughs is because, no matter what I say or joke around about, like at the end of the day, I feel like everybody, not like I'm probably gonna get canceled for saying it, but like all lives do truly matter. So like, and I've changed drastically, obviously, since I was in the military, where it was just kind of like, fuck you, I'm going home. You know what I mean? But still, like that's a whole different area necessarily from like what we have today in the civilian world. Like I'll stop in whatever I'm doing to help a neighbor, for example, even if it's one that I've never talked to or who is less than friendly. You know what I mean? Like we went through
Yeah.
the other day when we had that bad storm I told you about. And we were going through with chainsaws and stuff and trying to clear out the roads and stuff so the electric company could get out of here and do their stuff. You know, and when me and my next door neighbor came up with that, that's when you started seeing more people coming out and doing stuff like that, which kind of ties back in, I guess, to the community building that we're talking about
Well,
earlier. But
so like when you think about it, right? So all the movies have the picture of this future. And in the movies, everyone in the future is like super close and super friendly with each other. I don't think that's
right,
necessarily true. I feel like the future is probably the opposite way. I feel like as we evolve and go into the future, people become more distant because when you had less, people cared more, and now you have more, people care less.
yeah, yeah.
Um, but all I want to say is I would really like a flying Dodge Challenger.
Oh,
I've made mine fly one time. Scared the shit out of me. But
I
I
can see
made
it with the
mine
Yoshi
fly
wings,
one
though.
time.
Yeah, it would have to look just like the Yoshi wings, like the Mario wings,
Oh yeah,
though,
dude.
for it to be
The
acceptable, in
little
my
like angel, little tiny undersized
opinion.
wings. Yeah.
Exactly, dude. Exactly. Which actually kind of gets into like the next topic for me, with like convenience culture.
Hmm.
Really, when you think about it, because that is a convenience that you're talking about. It would be so convenient if you could just fly. You imagine how much fucking time you'd save.
I think
You
it'd be
know.
better if I could
Um,
teleport personally.
Oh fuck yeah, dude! I don't like. I would be like. I would actually probably be willing to be one of the first people to jump in on that bitch too.
Oh
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like
Oh
for
shit,
the
my
for the
intestines
lore.
was left in California while I'm in Oklahoma. Like,
And
I
dead.
don't need them.
But it is what it is. I don't need that shit. But like, like to me, like the reason why I wanted to bring up convenience culture right now specifically is, do you think that it's making us weak? And this is an important thing for me specifically right now because I have like a challenge going on Twitter right now for a few people. I don't know if you've seen it, but a few people that were talking about like how they wanted 2026 to be like their year to get like healthy. You know what I mean? Um,
Could have
and
been 10 years
these
ago though. Just
these
saying.
guys, yeah, exactly, exactly. But at least they're doing it. You know what I mean? Like they said that, and this wasn't a New Year's resolution thing. They talked about it like March or something like that. and they were just wanting to be healthy. Like they've been married or have had children or whatever, like, and that's what's changed their minds. They want to be there long enough to see their grandchildren or walk their kids down, the aisle and shit. And so, but like specifically, like with me on these talking points, like, like we're talking about like modern life just becoming too comfortable. No one really struggles like they used to. I'm not saying they don't struggle, but they're struggling way different. Like, like me with my garden, for example, right? Or the chickens,
Yeah.
building the chicken coop, building the garden, taking care of the garden, doing this shit every day, 3, 4 times a day, depending on like the plant or the animal, and I've got over 20 animals and 4 kids. So really I got almost 30 if you think about it. And, but like all the people that like are in that challenge, for example, that's over on my Twitter account, um, they're effectively just doing like a 30 for 30 for 30 days of push-ups, doing 30 push-ups a day, mostly for like vets like us and stuff, because the number has just still been skyrocketing somehow, for veteran related self-harm, I guess we'll call it. Um, do you think that all of the other things like the accessibility to like the internet or social media and stuff like that, or like food delivery, same day shipping, GPS has like replaced like normal navigation. Like I couldn't even show my oldest kid like how to read a map. He wouldn't fucking understand it. You know what I mean?
So I
Um,
mean, I think it depends on like how you use it, though.
yeah, kind of goes back to that AI talking point that we had discussed last week.
Yeah, like
To
if you
a
use it in
degree.
a smart way, I mean, it's gonna benefit you. But so like as far as like the convenience culture, like I think it's super convenient that if I want to send Echo a bag of dicks, I can do it, and I can use DoorDash to do it. If I want to send Jaeger something special, like if I want to treat his kids call me Uncle UK, and I send them ice cream or some money for ice cream sometimes, and it's convenient that I can do that, and I'm 1,200, 1,300 miles away.
Right.
Um, but that being said, like there's like I'm lazy, like I'm the guy that will pay that extra $10 to have someone bring me coffee in the morning. Instead of going to go get it,
I don't want to
I'll
go to Best Buy today, man. Just
I'll
send that shit to my
I
house.
will pay someone to go get it for me. Does that make me
Yeah.
lazy? 100% it does.
I
But
mean, it really does come down to like time. Time is money, especially nowadays, dude.
yeah.
Like it always has been, but especially like more so nowadays. When like, well, think about like you're a full time streamer slash content creator. Plus, we're doing this shit on the side,
Mm,
um, and how much time does it take for us to like just set up for this, let alone actually doing it? Where we say we're gonna do an hour, but we both know how we are, you
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
And I mean, and that's why time is money, right? So like if you're spending the extra $10 and you feel like that's going to make your life easier for your stream or whatever, the editing that you're working on, whatever,
Yeah.
um, then does that make you lazy, or does that mean that you are working on time management? And I guess that's kind of where it gets to, like, are we raising resilient people, or are we're not, or are we not? Like my kids, for example, can go out there and tell you like what plants are planted where. They know how to handle the chickens, all of that stuff. Which is a side note, a kind of a shout out, little plug, I guess, to another guy online that I follow that does like homesteading stuff. Um, he's actually kind of helped me incorporate my children into it, because me, like I got that old NCO mentality, like I'm gonna do it myself because I can't trust no one else to do it. But
Mm,
he kind of gave me like some openings and like how to show the kids how to handle the chickens, or how to deal with the garden and stuff. Where otherwise, like I would have been like, no, screw you. Like this is my shit. This is going to be on our table one day, and I need it to grow right. I need it to be taken care of right.
yeah. No
Um,
three. You can only have two legs, not three.
exactly. Like shit like that. And so, what do you think would be like? What's one inconvenience that actually made life better for you as a person?
Inconvenience that made life better.
That actually has made your life better? Like, what's one thing that you've done that's been inconvenient, but it's benefited you in some way?
So I'll go with what I do on the most part. So like making videos, for example, it's inconvenient because it can take me 3 hours to make one video from Twitch VOD or whatever. It'd take me that long. Whereas there is convenient ways to solve that problem, but I think they lack a personal touch. And then if I make something for someone, it takes me a long time to make.
Yeah.
Um, like we had a death in the family, a beautiful dog. Dogs are family members. I don't care what anybody says.
Damn right.
And I made a video because I wanted to make something special for someone who I care about.
Yeah.
Um, That video took me fucking 2.5, 3 fucking hours. Like, it would have been so much more convenient for me to just use AI to make something cool.
Yeah.
But I feel like the convenience of certain things lack a personal touch. Like door dashing a birthday present is probably not the personal touch that that person deserves, right? Get off your ass, go out, go get something, and look around, and use your freaking brain because the thought is really what counts at the end of the day. I remember back in the day, I broke up with her over this, but I had a girlfriend, and for my birthday, she worked at AutoZone or O'Reilly's or something like that, and she brought me
Mhm.
home. If you know me, you know I wouldn't appreciate these gifts. It was a car detailing kit, a Bluetooth device for my phone, some air fresheners for my car. There's no fucking personal touch there. You got that shit at your work because you almost forgot.
Yeah,
I got I
probably.
got fucking irate because one, at the time I had a piece of shit car that wasn't worth detailing even if I wanted to. Two, Bluetooth, dude, I had a crappy ass phone that I'd be lucky if it turned on that day. Like I
Yeah.
don't need any of that crap, dude. There's no thought there at all. If you know me, you should know what to get me, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
But what you're
it,
talking about is like willingly making your life like a little bit more complicated in certain things. And I think that is like that's where you kind of get in like the balance between like convenience and discipline. You know what I mean? And I don't mean like discipline like the guys who go to the gyms and shit. Like I have nothing against anyone that does that. I'm not saying that. I just mean like in general with your life, like your day-to-day stuff, right? We know that the people who are going to the gym are already inconveniencing themselves to make themselves stronger, right?
mm,
And that discipline and that consistency is important, but like the balance between the convenience of like say door dashing something versus like the inconvenience of cooking yourself a meal. You know what I mean? Um, that would be like the example that I'm talking about when I'm talking about like the balance between convenience and discipline. Like, are there times where like it's just easier for Caitlin and I to go get dinner for the kids? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I work a full time job. I got all the animals I talked about, all the kids that I talked about, doing the homeschooling thing, all of that. I'm a busy person. Not to mention like my job
well, stop
requires me
getting busy.
online and offline. Yeah, I know. I need to stop getting busy or really start so I can go for number 5. I'm working on a soccer team, but
World Cup.
yeah, we're gonna have my own World Cup team, bro. but
Get your
but
heart out, Ronaldo.
like I think at the end of the day, like it kind of beckons the question: is struggle necessary for growth in some areas? So like you mentioned making that one video for, I'll just say the corgi friend of ours, Sammy. You know, um, did that make that video stronger? I think it did because you went through the inconvenience of making it and going through it step by step, second by second. You even bumped ideas off me like 5 or 6 times that I can remember from that, because you wanted it to be perfect. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what I mean, like because you could have conveniently just gone to like an AI, said, here's the fucking photos slash videos, make them, make it awesome, give it that emotional or sentimental touch.
Mhm.
You could have. You didn't, and because of that, I feel like anyway, you had a much stronger video that I know for 100% certainty the person you sent it to loved and probably still has on his fucking phone,
Yeah.
cherished it. You know what I mean? And that's where like the convenience versus discipline comes into play. And it also makes you stronger when you think about it, because the more that you edit stuff like that, you know, the better you become at editing. The quicker you can do it, the stronger you become at editing effectively, because you didn't take the convenient way. You took,
I feel
the
like
more
there's
difficult.
there's more lessons to be learned in inconvenience than there is in convenience. Like,
Yeah,
going to the store is an inconvenience, but at the same time, you might experience something at the store that might change your life forever, right?
yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
it might be a good thing, it might be a bad thing. You might have a flat tire, it might be a bad thing, but at the same time, somebody might pull over and fix your tire. That might make that person feel good for helping you, and makes you feel good in humanity because people out there still care enough to stop and help you out.
right.
You might experience something in the store where I've done this before where someone needed extra money and I fucking slipped them a $20 and it wasn't much. It just but I may have changed their perception on a lot of things,
Yeah.
people, whatever. Um, but yeah, I feel like there's more lessons to be had in inconvenience than there is in convenience. Convenience really doesn't teach you anything at the end of the day, no matter what
Right.
situation you're talking about.
Yeah. So to a degree, then, depending on what you're dealing with, struggle kind of is necessary then for growth.
Mhm. Yeah, I
Anyway,
think so. Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Well, so then the next thing that I had for you is kind of this is more of like a two of us conversation more so than one of us guiding
Just
it, I
the
guess.
two of us.
But
We can
I guess we'll
make it
call it
if
the
we
together
try.
topic. Yeah, we'll call it the together topic, you know. And with this one, it's going to be for me anyway, like happy distractions is what I've dubbed this one. You know, I know we had a different title for it, but specifically like what keeps you going in like a world full of stress? What's your healthy escape?
I mean, honestly, it's just getting together with friends and um sometimes streaming helps. But sometimes like there's times I don't want to stream either.
Yeah,
Mostly
just
because
game.
mostly I just want to like worry about just me and like have my own brain break. I stole that. But I mean, like, yeah, I mean, my personal like distractions are gonna be like certain games. It seems weird, but I'm more comfortable in like a stressful game than I am in a boring mellow game. Like you put me in a gray zone warfare, which I fucking yelled at people before because they wasn't moving, and I had like this weird like fucking PTSD shit going on. Like,
Yeah,
why the fuck
yeah,
are we standing here?
yeah,
But I'm more comfortable in those games than I am playing freaking Stardew Valley. Like
yeah. Which is supposed to be like a mellow, more chill game,
that game
you know.
stresses me the fuck out.
I could see that, you know, and I was thinking the same thing, like gaming, fishing, gardening, reading books, building things, camping, music,
Oh
cooking,
yeah.
family game nights, animals, even podcasts. You know, finding joy in like the little things
Hmm.
is kind of what I thought of when I thought of this. You know, like for me, like the most at peace, I guess that I could say, and this really kind of stems from the military, honestly, um, sort of in a quasi way. So like when I got out of active duty and I switched over to the guard. I was actually about to go back to the same place like 6 months later, 5 or 6 months later. I can't remember exactly. Um, and I had met a sergeant major that I got like really super close with. Dude was like gonna like was me when I turned 62. You know what I mean? And
We had no
I
hair.
remember, yeah, no, he had no hair. Of course, he had no hair.
Okay.
He's also a fucking like that dude would like run from his house to come and do PT with us. Then he would do like the mock PT test and run back to his house, which was like a 18-mile round trip or some shit like that. This fucking dude was hardcore, old school army hardcore.
Yeah, but he didn't have any
Um,
hard times, so he
and
could take his
yeah,
time doing whatever the hell he
they just did
wanted.
whatever he wanted to. Yeah, he was also like they caught him like when we were supposed to be. We never actually did leave for that deployment, by the way. Big Army took it, but we were like spinning up to go back to a place that starts with an A.
Mm.
There's a song about it. But anyway, so like,
America.
yeah, not America. And he was like, "Oh, they caught me," you know. And something he said though, like kind of stuck with me in it, and is the reason why I think gardening is so therapeutic for me. He said it was better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener at war. You know, and at
Yeah.
first it didn't really like make sense to me, but the other day I was out there and it clicked. You know, like while I was just out there tending to the cantaloupes and the tomatoes specifically. Side note: don't put those two in the same box. My wife totally fucked that up. But anyway, total side note.
She can do no
Uh,
wrong. She's a saint.
yeah, absolutely right. It's her birthday. Scratch
No,
that.
no,
But
every day.
no, just today. Like, let's not even get into like her messing around with my computer for fuck's sake.
The
But
monitor's hard to turn on, okay?
it really, yeah, no, it's broken. For fuck. But so when it hit me though, I was just in there and I was tending to that garden box, that one box in particular, and I just thought about it because I was over there like training. You know, you have to train like the cantaloupe to kind of follow along your trellises, and I had to actually extend it out so it would go further away because that's one of them things that is like it'll take over if you don't, you know. And it just clicked, and I was just like, holy shit, this guy was right. Like I put the same focus and energy that I had in any mission or objective that I had in the army while I'm dealing with the garden. But it also like it brings its own sense of peace, you know. Like I don't feel like I woke up that NCO. It feels like he's still kind of asleep and just chilling on the patio, you know what I mean?
Mm.
So like
Eating
for me,
cherry
I think like
tomatoes.
yeah, eating his cherry tomatoes and sipping on his scotch.
Yeah.
But what would you say is for me that was something that just instantly made my bad day because I was having a bad day. I think you remember it was the day with that storm and shit. It didn't
Mm.
hit any of my shit, but I was up all fucking night clearing the streets and helping neighbors who had fucking limbs through their roofs and shit, you know? It did make my day instantly better. What is something that instantly makes your bad day better? Like, is there a hobby that someone should try, maybe that they haven't thought of, be it gaming or whatever? You know, like what is that one thing that you feel like would make your day better?
So I'm gonna start off by saying, the warrior in a garden thing, like feudal Japan. There's a reason why samurais used to cut bonsai trees, right? It was therapeutic.
Yeah,
And it also taught them discipline, whether to cut certain branches or whatever, right? So I
right.
mean, people have been doing it for a long time, and I can see why it's beneficial. It's just for certain people, you know, like for me, gardening,
Yeah,
I could kill a plastic plant, by watering it too much,
overwatered it.
probably. but but I mean, for me, like I would say, like happy distractions for me is making things. Like I make a lot of stuff, mostly for people. Like uh, I have a softball team, and I've made a shenanigans freaking softball. Right, it's
Yeah, well,
custom.
that's the name of the team, by the way, guys.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I made a freaking custom softball for the team. Custom magazines with different images on them. I enjoy like crafty stuff. Um, um, but like on a bad day, there's days when I don't want to do any crafts, but some days I just need to sit there and watch a good show, you know,
Yeah,
something like Peaky fucking Blinders, you know.
great show. I still haven't seen the movie after you told me what you told me,
I mean, you
but
should
great
watch it.
show.
You should watch it, but you're wasting your fucking time.
I don't need to get mad about stuff, man. Like, I think that's one thing that like a lot of people
Watch it on a
that they
good day, okay?
yeah,
Don't watch it on
that'd
a
be a
bad
good day.
day.
Yeah. I think that's one thing that like a lot of people struggle with, like is that like internal anger because we don't know what to do with it a lot of the times, and it's built up from like the world full of stress. You know what I mean? Like
Mm,
really, you think about like everyone that's like working like a 9 to 5. A lot of people like they envy like me, for example, working from home. You know, like my wife thinks that that's like an easy thing, but for me, working from home is actually really complicated because when I get off of work, I'm still fucking here. You know, there's no like
yeah,
cue to change anything. So some days I don't even want to fucking play a game because the same computer that I game on right here is the same one that I worked all fucking day on. And the
yeah,
last thing I want to do is sit here for even longer. I want to go read a book or I want to go tend the garden. You know, sometimes like I'll just join like a voice channel and just chat, you know, which is few and far between. But like sometimes that's all I want to do. I don't want to even look at a screen. I'll just have my fucking headphones on and just be having a conversation. You know what I mean?
yeah. I
Uh,
mean, I agree because like there's well, one, I've been having like issues with my freaking eyes, and I can't stare at the freaking screen for too long or else
right.
fucking pass out or some shit. Um
Yeah.
but I mean, like it just depends. Like for me, I'm a full-time content creator, blah blah blah, whatever, right? But I'm at home, so I being a full-time content creator, I feel like I'm not doing enough. So I'm constantly looking for things to do around the house that I can fix or make better.
Yeah.
But like do freaking if I see dishes, like I'm gonna fucking do them. If I see laundry, I'm
Yeah.
probably gonna do them. Probably leave them in a basket for a week.
Yeah.
Um,
Right.
but like, I feel like it's harder working from home than it is actually going to work. Because you go to work, you turn on, you do everything you're supposed to do, you turn off when you go home,
Right.
and then you're
You
home.
flick that switch.
But when you work from home, I feel like it's harder to shut off because you always feel like you should be doing something.
Yeah, 100%, dude. Especially like, because I do, I'm a director of operations and finances. And so there's a lot of shit that goes with both of those. It's two different hats, really, you know?
Mhm. But you
Um,
need a hat.
and yeah, fuck. I needed it yesterday too when I was out there trying, or the day before when I was out there trying to build the fucking chicken coop by myself.
You got a
Shit.
little bit of a sunburn on your head.
I did, man. Look at that shit. Woo. Look like a crab. But, I think for me, like when it comes to this topic in particular, life isn't like just about surviving the hard days. It's really about like finding enough joy in the good ones that you're like ready to face those next challenges of the hard days. You know what I mean? And if you don't have those people in your community, whether they be IRL people or in a Discord community like we have, um, you can still find people who are going to like hold you to a standard. Like that challenge I was talking about, these guys talked about it in March, hadn't been doing it, and I just finally fucking called them out.
Mhm.
And then now they're doing it. You can see it. Like I'm tagged in it all fucking day. So if you want to go see it, go look at Jaeger After Dark. They're doing push-ups like motherfuckers. There's like 9 or 10 of them now at this point. Started with 2. Which is a beautiful thing in my opinion. They're doing it for a good reason, not just to make themselves healthy, but like to get awareness out there for veterans that couldn't find the joy in things. I guess is the easiest way to say that. And I think it's an important thing for everybody to have like a mental reset after a rough day, be it working out or talking in a voice channel or even just listening to two goons fucking on a podcast.
Mhm.
Whatever it is that helps you get that reset so that you can get back in there and back into the fight the next day because there will be a next day. You know what I mean? You're not guaranteed one, but you're more than likely going to have one.
Yeah. And we seem to end every episode on this same thing, but it's important to us, not just for military people, but everybody. Make sure you guys go out there and seek the help that you need, whether it's just talking to someone or calling suicide prevention lifeline 988. Call or text. Um, oh, I did the wrong one. Um, you guys are not alone. That was the old layout, by the way. If you guys like the new layout, go ahead and drop a comment on the video and let us know which one you preferred. But yeah, make sure you guys are seeking the help you need, man. Don't struggle alone. You're never alone. I don't know. I'm sure 100% of you, but if you don't know me, I mean, you just reach out to me. I don't care. I'll help you.
Yeah, hit him when he's streaming. It's easiest then. He'll actually respond to DMs and shit if you tell him you got a DM.
Don't trap me live on stream. I will go off.
Yeah.
No, I'll help you anytime I can, whatever's convenient for you. If you need help, let me know.
Naturally.
But
Naturally.
I feel like that's going to do it for today's episode. Thank you for watching. And I do want to give a special shout out for everybody. There's some of you out there who watched our video multiple times, commented on the videos and liked them and what have you, shared them with your friends. We've gotten so much love for something we just started. It's been kind of crazy, actually, because I didn't think it was going to do this good. First episode, I expected like 1 or 2 views, but I think across all platforms, we're probably close to like 60, I think, across all platforms for the actual podcast. The videos themselves are a different topic. We have clips on YouTube, clips on TikTok, and then we have the full video Spotify, which we do have the links at the bottom here. We don't have the TikTok up there yet, but it's just reload.and.reset. But the way TikTok is set up, it's such a pain in the ass to put a plug on here because it would probably take up the whole bottom. But it's out there, guys. You probably just type in reload and reset and you probably found it that way. But much love. Thank you for all the support we've gotten. If you guys want to help support future content, make sure you reach out. We accept donations, and we will put it back into the podcast to make it better. Appreciate you guys.
Yep, appreciate you guys. Wear your seatbelt, be safe. Don't do anyone I would do.
And wrap it before you tap it. See you guys next time. Bye.
See you guys.